Welcome in, everyone. I hope you guys are doing well wherever you're watching from today. We have an incredibly terrifying and horrifying update on the war between Israel and Iran landing a devastating blow on the Israelis. The footage will enrage you. It'll make you angry. It'll make you want to throw your hands up with frustration. It's a terrible situation, and with every new video that comes out, we get a closer and closer look at the severity on the ground in both countries, Iran and Israel, as we enter, day 4 or 5 now of intense combat between the two sides. We're going to break down the Iranian strike on Israel. We're going to break down all the latest updates, including what people in Tehran are doing. But before we do, as always, please make sure to like and subscribe. Comment with your thoughts below. What do you think is going on with the war? Let me know in the comments below. Hit the bell so you never miss a video. You'll be the most updated people on YouTube. You'll have the best information out there. And I already know you guys are the smartest viewers there is, but make sure you don't miss anything. Now, let's get into the latest updates in the Israel-Iran war. As viewers of the channel know, Iran and Israel have been at war since Israel launched a preemptive strike Friday morning local time. That would have been June 13th local time, shortly after midnight. It was late Thursday night here in America, and Israeli jets stormed into Iranian airspace, as well as commandos who had secretly snuck into the country with drones to take out Iranian air defenses. The first punch the Israelis threw was a huge one. They caught Iran with its pants down. They had absolutely no idea what hit them. They weren't prepared at all. And since then, Israel's continued to hammer Iranian military targets. At the same time, Iran's response to the attack is really the only card they have to play, and that is their significant ballistic missile arsenal, which they have long vowed to unleash across the region in the event of an attack. Well, that attack is here, and we are now getting a look at how Iran is responding, and it is responding with wave after wave after wave of ballistic missile launches. Fortunately for the Israelis, the Israeli air defense systems backed by the United States of America, including a THAAD system, which is the system that goes high up into the atmosphere and tries to hit missiles before they even get close, as well as other regional allies of Israel, have put in a ton of work to make sure the overwhelming majority of missiles do not get through the air defense shield, and they have done a good job. However, as we know, nothing is 100% when it comes to air defenses. Stuff is going to get through. It is about overwhelming it. It is a numbers game. It is about putting more missiles in the air than they have interceptors to go up. And we saw an absolutely devastating attack on Tel Aviv in Israel over the weekend when Iranian ballistic missiles were able to break through. Some were able to break through the defenses and hit targets on the ground. I'm going to show you some footage here of an impact of a ballistic missile and then the aftermath in Tel Aviv. It is nothing short of horrifying on the ground after this missile hit. We know people in Israel have died. There have been multiple casualties. I believe 24 dead. This situation is hitting a critical point. Right now, let's go ahead and play the footage out of Tel Aviv of the ballistic missile strike and the damage. Let's roll that right now.
תמונת מצב מתל אביב, יש פה כמה בניינים שנפגעו. שלושה בניינים. אומרת, קשה מאוד.
So right there, you saw the aftermath of a terrifying ballistic missile attack on Tel Aviv. Some of the missiles were able to get through what are really strong air defenses, but if you overwhelm them, some are going to get through, and it only takes one missile to do significant damage. And as you can see from the footage, that neighborhood, a residential area by all appearances, just got obliterated by that missile. They're digging through rubble looking for people. And it really goes to show that Iran is targeting civilians. Let's be clear-eyed about what's going on here. Iran is targeting civilians. Mostly the Israelis have hit military targets. They've hit missile sites, they've hit supply depots, infrastructure for oil and things like that, which is a military target if it is supplying the military. They've taken out military leaders, they've taken out scientists. Now, I'm not an expert on the legality of the scientist. If you're working for the government in a military capacity, of course, you are a legitimate military target, but there's a huge difference here. Israel is not targeting civilian populations. That's a fact. That is just the simple truth of the matter. Meanwhile, Iran is going out of its way to target civilian centers, and it really goes to show the kind of people we're dealing with. Speaking of Iran, people are fleeing Tehran. I'm going to throw this up on the screen. This is from Oznet Defender, a great X account. It shows people are attempting to get out of Iran, specifically Tehran, as Israeli strikes continue to rain down on the city. And this comes as Israel has achieved air superiority throughout large chunks of the country, including all of Tehran. They are able to fly fighter jets anywhere they want to. They are able to essentially bend the Iranians to their will. And it is just a crazy situation as people are literally running for their lives, trying to get out of the way of the Israeli strikes that continue to hit targets across the country. So the question is now, where do we go from here? What happens next? What will the Iranians do? Let's get into that right now. In terms of what happens next, honestly, nobody knows for sure, but you would think from a common sense approach, even though Iran did land this devastating attack in Tel Aviv, they are clearly still losing. They talk shit for years, and when push came to shove and bombs started falling and they were getting after it, the reality was Israel kicked them in the teeth, punched them in the face, and so far has beat the absolute shit out of them. Even if Iran is occasionally still landing deadly blows here and there, if this were a boxing match, it wouldn't even be close. You'd think Iran would want to come to the table and save the regime and negotiate some kind of ceasefire, but it turns out they're not actually interested in a ceasefire right now. Let me throw this up on the screen for you right here. This comes from Reuters. It says, Iran has told mediators Qatar and Oman that it is not open to negotiating a ceasefire while it is under Israeli attack. An official briefed on the communications told Reuters on Sunday as the two foes launched fresh attacks and raised fears of a wider conflict. The Iranians informed Qatari and Omani mediators that they will only pursue serious negotiations once Iran has completed its response to the Israeli preemptive strikes, said the official who spoke on the condition of anonymity due to the sensitivity of the conflict. So right there, Iran, despite the fact that they are getting dog-walked right now and absolutely rolled in the greater picture, because again, Iran has been able to land some blows. Israel has landed significantly more, crippling the Iranian military leadership, crippling their ability to produce missiles, crippling their ability to enrich uranium, and yet the Iranians are still rejecting a ceasefire, and this comes as their citizens are literally fleeing and trying to run away from population centers and military centers amid fears of what the Israelis are doing. Because keep in mind, the Israelis can enter Iranian airspace untouched, and they now control it. They have corridors of flight that the Iranians cannot get anywhere near shooting down. That means the Israelis can come and go as they please. And there were all these reports out there of leaked text messages of Iranian military leaders in a state of panic of how the Israelis just are able to freely do whatever they want, and yet they won't accept a ceasefire. In fact, Iran seems interested in escalating by targeting more and more civilian population centers in Israel. That means Israeli military officials and government officials will almost certainly respond by targeting infrastructure, gas and oil production inside Iran. Iran will likely threaten to close the Strait of Hormuz. And if they do, you will see energy prices skyrocket, and then all hell will break loose. And you will almost certainly see the United States at that point enter the war. The United States still might enter the war to take out Fordo. That remains unseen. But right now, this was a horrific attack on Tel Aviv. Absolutely brutal. No way around it. Just horrible what we saw unfold. But there's no doubt Israel is still winning this war. No question about it whatsoever. So I want to know what you think, though. Let me know in the comments what you think about the war. Make sure to like and subscribe. Hit the bell so you never miss a video. You will be up to date. You'll have the best information on the internet. You'll know more than all your buddies, and you can give them the facts about what's going on the ground. And as always, I'll see you guys next time with the latest update.